Want more ways to connect to the show? You can like us on Facebook to start with, facebook.com/married to the games, or follow us on Twitter at MTTGcast. All right, and we back again. Married to the games, kids and wives in 9 to 5, 005, y'all. Yes, it's Gabe Patillo, of course, with Tim Router and Timothy Hall. You guys doing all right? Tim Hall, you first, so we don't get a weird blank space.
Yes.
Tim Router, you feeling all right?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
I like it. I'm glad we are all back together. So let's just dive in. We'll do weekend updates real fast. Tim Router.
Great weekend.
Timothy Hall.
Hang on.
Is that good enough?
I love it.
You care to elaborate at all?
Yeah, I'm happy to elaborate. Good weekend. Good last week. From our last episode, we came back from New York, and then we did our podcast, and then the next day was my wife's birthday.
That's right.
Followed by the following day was our 14-year anniversary.
Oh, wow.
And so I had a pretty packed week.
Yeah, you did.
But it was great, man.
At your wife's birthday, Timothy Hall and my wife got to be in the same place again, and I wasn't there again.
Yeah, I know. I missed you again.
It works that way.
But yeah, we all went out to dinner, and your lovely wife and beautiful baby girl sat next to me, and me and Amara were just hanging out and sharing and clapping hands together.
I know. I appreciate you sending me that picture, man. I get more pictures from other people hanging out with my baby than my wife hanging out with my baby.
She's gorgeous, man. And she was a lot of fun, and her and Piper were holding hands for a little while. It was so cute.
Oh,
so
that's
yeah,
awesome.
it was great. We had a good time, and Tim and your beautiful wife Krista was there, so it was great. Lauren had a great time. We drank some margaritas. We had some chips and queso. We threw it down at good old Pueblo Real. Shout out to Pueblo Real.
I know that's right. That sounds like a good time. Timothy Hall, how was your weekend?
Well, hang on a second. Router, do you get pretty broke around this time because your wife's birthday and anniversary?
Dude, I get hit with the 1-2 punch.
I was gonna say, dude, that's nuts.
Yeah. So yeah, I have to come up with some creative ways of doing stuff. And plus, this was her first birthday as a mother, so I had to, get something from little Piper. The little Piper gave her a little Nordstrom gift card so she could go shopping for herself, and it was good.
Piper's doing well, man.
Yeah, Piper's rolling in it right now, literally.
She's on top of things. Router, I'm kind of with you on that because my mom's birthday is August 3rd. My anniversary is August 9th. Jenny's birthday is September 3rd, and the baby's birthday is September 19th. So
yeah, you're done.
I know exactly how this time of year feels.
Yep.
My wife and my birthday are exactly 6 months apart, so it's perfect for me.
Oh, that's beautiful.
No way. That's really cool.
It's pretty nice.
Me, on the other hand, I share my birthday with Jesus.
Yay.
Mine's the 23rd. His is the 25th. I'm like, oh, good. At least I don't have any stiff competition.
Yeah. And what are you going to get him for Christmas? That's what I want to know.
Exactly.
Gracious. Timothy Hall, what'd you do this weekend?
We moved a bunch of stuff into our office this weekend because we got our new couch that we ordered for the living room.
Nice.
So the office pretty much turned into a second living room, which is pretty awesome. I got to kind of set up my office the way I wanted it. Man room style, I guess.
There you go.
We went ahead and just moved the Xbox into the office, and I kind of realized it has a lot of like media capabilities that I didn't really think about too much.
Right. Yeah, sure.
Other than playing games, I guess. No, the first thing I went onto was it has like a Crackle app.
Mm-hmm.
And do you guys know what Crackle is?
Oh, yeah.
It sounds delicious.
Crackle's pretty good. Now, the Crackle app, they have like free movies and free TV shows and stuff. So first thing I did was found Step Brothers on there, and I was like, well, my night is booked.
That's
Love
hilarious.
that movie, man.
Don't touch my drum set.
Love that movie.
Dad, what if I want wings?
Have you watched comedians riding in cars yet? Is it?
No, but that sounds hysterical.
Oh, it's on Crackle. It's like Jerry Seinfeld started this show where him and like buddies just ride around in cars and talk, and they have like little GoPros set up all over the place. I haven't seen it yet because I'm a loser, but I want to see it really bad.
I saw one of those episodes, and it was with can't remember, but it was hysterical because they go to coffee and they it wasn't Louis C.K. was it? No, it couldn't have been.
It could have been. You never know.
No, it was. Oh, it was Brian Regan.
Regan, yeah.
Yeah, Brian. It was him and Brian Regan, and they were just like they got into one of Seinfeld's old cars and were just driving around and just cackling, and it was really funny.
It's such a great idea.
It. Yeah,
That is
it's
so
brilliant.
good.
Yeah, it's absolutely brilliant. So
Yeah, the budget of that show is like what, $100 an episode?
Yeah, $75. $75.
I think they can afford that. I think good old Jerry Seinfeld can afford that.
Yeah, pretty much.
So
That's awesome.
Patillo, how was your weekend, man?
It was actually really good, man. We were actually in the chillier part of the country. We're in South Dakota and Minnesota and North Dakota, and drove home from Fargo. And so I got some good gaming time, man. I got to log some hours on Mass Effect 2, which I'm actually really enjoying. And it's considered a Western RPG. And so I'm really enjoying it. So it's my first Western RPG that I'm really liking. And yeah, I'm digging it. And it was a long ride, but I'm happy to be home. And I'm home for like a week and a half, which is long for me. So I'm grateful.
Oh, that's awesome, man. So did you only play Mass Effect 2 or did you play anything else?
You know what? I downloaded NFL Blitz, and because it's free on PSN Plus right now, PlayStation Plus, and so I got a little Blitz in there just to bring back some old school memories. So that was fun. Like when I didn't feel like being real deep, or I felt like people were going to come to the back soon, and I could get a game in like 15 minutes. Played some Blitz, so that was fun.
Well
That's
done.
cool. How does it hold up to the original?
It's good because, you know, I don't know if anybody else feels this way, but like with games like Tony Hawk, it seemed like on the PlayStation 1 and 2, because the graphics weren't so heavy, it seemed like the gameplay was faster. And I feel like Blitz did a good job at keeping the gameplay still feel like very frantic, even though there's obviously a bump up in the graphics. But it's not like the graphics are so crazy that it slows the engine down or anything like that. But I feel like the new Tony Hawks, like the newer ones, I just feel like it's a little bit more cumbersome than the old ones where you just be like kickflip, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think it's still super fun, and I mean, you know, it's all about memories of when it comes to those games.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, I was kind of hoping that they'd keep it really fast. I downloaded it, but I haven't even gotten to play it yet.
Yeah, I think that and NBA Jam both they stay pretty good at being quick. So thankful for that.
That's cool.
So Fargo, how long of a drive was Fargo to Nashville?
Man, I think we left at midnight, and I think we got home at 5:45 in the afternoon.
Wow.
So we were on there all day. So, I mean, you know, so you leave at midnight, you know, you sleep and you try to sleep in as long as you can, because with 12 people on a bus, there's just not a lot of area to go. You know, there's the front lounge, there's the back lounge, and then there's the bunk area where we all sleep. And so, you know, when you're all crammed up in the front because everybody's talking about something, or you're all crammed in the back, there's just not a lot of room. And so, but grateful to God, we all love each other and get along just fine. So it's still a good time to be able to sit down and talk, but it's still, you know, when you get off the bus, you're like, oh, and you stretch your legs and you're like so thankful that you're off the bus. But for me personally, I'd rather take the bus than fly, because I feel like if you're flying from somewhere like Fargo, you're not getting home till like 5 o'clock anyway. And I just don't like planes all like that.
That's perfect. Hey, did you have to pay the bus driver extra? Because don't they have to like take a break after 12 hours?
Yeah, it's actually 10 hours. It's actually 10 hours, and we had to pick up a driver on the way so we could stay legal.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like we stopped
wow.
we
Okay.
stopped halfway through. A different driver had flown so we could, I don't know where it was, but so we could pick him up, and then he did the rest of the drive. So we had 2 drivers.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. And they're cracking down on that, because drivers, you know, back in the day used to be like, oh, I can handle it myself. And I'm glad they are, just because it's all comes down to safety. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't need
Absolutely.
anybody falling asleep at the wheel. And I guess there's been some charter accidents, which is awful to talk about. But, you know, but I'm glad they're cracking down. And these guys, we had 2 great drivers. And so we felt like we were in good hands for sure.
Hey, do drivers have a union like musicians do?
I have no idea. I'd
I wouldn't
guess.
be. I wouldn't be a bit surprised if they do. They must, because you have to have somebody regulating that kind of stuff. 'Cause
Yeah, exactly.
That's a liability for you, because you've got 12 other people
Yeah.
that are depending
Exactly,
on
but
you.
even
So
if you are a
there must
musician,
be.
you don't have to be in the union. Like you can not be
Yeah.
in it. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
Yeah.
and not make any money.
but when you have a
Awesome.
when you have a steady gig, though, you know what I'm saying? It's like doesn't
I
do you
know.
any- so-
I'm just being facetious.
Yeah.
Union talk on a game show.
All right, we got Touring 101 out of the way.
Exactly. Hall,
Yes.
let's dive into some stuff, man. I feel like there's a lot of stuff to talk about. I got a paper full of things to talk about. So I want to get started and get it cracking because I know you got to go to work and I know I've got to get back to playing some PlayStation while I have the time.
Yep.
What about me?
I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, I gotta
Exactly.
I gotta go eat.
I just need to be a
eventually.
freelancer like Tim, so I can just do whatever I want.
Yeah. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. No schedule.
Anyway, I picked up Dishonored this morning at Redbox.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
Yes,
a good
man.
game.
How is it? How is it?
I made a post on our site about it because I was just kind of, I was impressed with the first few hours, but I was kind of like, this may be a game I have to dive in a little bit further. But I played it for about probably 2 or 2.5 hours this morning, and it's one of those games where it's like, it kind of, what's the word I'm looking for here? It wants to hold your hand at first to get you used to the controls and
guiding
stuff.
you through.
Yeah, but it to me it feels like a little long. Like it feels like one of those games where somebody could easily give up in the first hour and just say this ain't for me. So I really think that
Really?
they didn't get enough. I don't think they got enough action in there at the beginning, to be honest with you.
Huh.
Yeah, I've heard it's a lot of just setup. I mean, and I've been watching some gameplay on YouTube with it too. And the first hour or so is setting up the story, getting you familiar with controls and Blink and just all the different the interface that's involved with it. But I'm excited. I don't care because this is right up my alley.
Oh
and
yeah,
I'm
definitely
gonna
get it.
buy
I just made
hopefully
I
this
made the
week.
post about it because I was like, well, guys in our situations, it's like we'll get a couple hours at a time to play games, and it's like I hate playing the first 2 hours of a game and not really getting into anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I read your post earlier, and it's a lot of like, are games taking too long to ease people into it? And you have a really good point. I finally was able to get on the PlayStation this week, and I played a little Borderlands 1, and having not ever played any Borderlands before, I'm already, I was able to play for exactly 1 hour, and I already got to like level 4, got some of the missions out of the way. So it totally makes a difference. But I think if you know going in that this is going to be kind of it's probably going to take some time for the story. Like Skyrim for me was the same way. It's like, oh, I know this is going to take forever.
Right.
So if you're prepared for it, great. But if you don't have the time, like to me, it would be hard to do something like that on Redbox. Like I that's why I'm just going to buy it, because that way I can play it whenever I want and I'm not rushed. So, but yeah, you raise a really good point. Is are games kind of easing people in too long, and does that kind of affect them in their gameplay, and do they want to continue the game?
I know that they have to explain a lot of things. The thing that turned me off right away was the journal thing. Like it was like, oh, go to the journal to read about stuff that you have to do, and I'm like, man,
I can't stand
it's like
that.
in a game like this,
Yeah.
Keep it moving.
exactly. Well, it's probably going to be like what, a 12-hour campaign, I'm guessing. I mean, I think I've read
Probably.
it was between 10 and 12 hours because I was deciding on whether or not I wanted to buy it.
Mm-hmm.
With something like that, it's like, man, just get the stuff out there and show me what to do. I haven't opened the journal yet, and I haven't had a problem figuring stuff out.
Sure.
But it's like that. I don't know if this game calls for that kind of depth, really. And I'm not putting the game down. Like I think from what I've played so far, I really like the game. I like the atmosphere. So far, the story is pretty neat. I mean, everything's pretty cool about it. Getting into the game, though, kind of made me feel like I'm looking at these side missions and stuff, and I'm like,
Right.
I don't even think I really need to do these. I just want to go through and just beeline the story. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That sucks.
Yeah.
I like when some games, like, I feel like Mass Effect 2, which obviously this is going way back in the day, but it does something kind of cool with its side missions to where, like, I guess you could move on, but you don't really want to because then you might be too weak or you might not have the crew you need
Exactly.
to move along with. So I hate when some games leave the side missions so, they're not, you don't really want to do them because there might not be the payoff for it. You know what I mean? Is that how you're feeling?
That's kind of how I'm feeling because the way they've got it set up, and this isn't spoilery at all, really. You have to collect these runes to get new powers. So you start off, and from what you've seen of the game, you've probably seen that you get all these different powers and stuff. You don't
Right.
start off with all those powers. You start off with like 1 or 2 powers, and then as you go through the game, you collect these runes to obtain new powers. As far as I can tell, it looks like the side missions are to get those runes.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, as I look at the powers, I'm kind of like, like I don't. It must just be my playstyle. I'm just going through and assassinating everybody. I don't even care.
I was going to say, Hall, that's totally your style, and
Yeah,
you
it
can
is.
just go in, slice everybody up, and just be done with it. Whereas, I think my style is going to be like, if I do that, and like, say I get discovered, yes, I'm going to just basically slaughter everybody. But I may go back and restart that mission and try it in stealth mode and try and be as stealthy as possible.
I love that they're saying that you can beat the whole game without ever killing anyone. I love that. I'm like, really? I read some reviews and saw some news that people were like, you can make it through this whole game without killing not one person.
Really?
And I think that's incredible.
You know what? I'm killing everybody. So.
Yeah. Dude, we all know you are, man. Your style is just open the door and let them have it.
I
man.
have let one guy live so far,
That's
and that was
awesome.
just because I think I didn't even know what I was doing. So I was just like, whatever.
That's awesome.
Because you when you come up on somebody, when you sneak up on somebody, you have the option if you push. Basically, you have the option of either assassinating them or putting them in like a sleeper hold, and then just kind of putting them out that way. I just assassinate everybody because I'm like, I don't want them to wake up.
There is no sleeper hold for you at all. It's just stab and go.
Yep.
He's like, I'll do a sleeper hold with my knife.
Exactly.
Well, that's good, man. I'm glad you were able to play that. I'm excited to get cracking on that one too. I think that'll be a good one.
So Dishonored today, that's awesome. And I think, we haven't talked about this, but I think you guys also know I know Dishonored didn't come out today, but what else got released today that we all are pretty excited about? At least I am.
Is it an 8-year-old game?
No, it's not. Well,
Is it a PS2 game?
in a
It was
way
an
it is.
Xbox game.
In a way, it's an old game.
It's Doom 3, isn't it?
No, it's not.
Oh,
Oh.
okay, weird.
It's Smash Brothers on the PlayStation.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's right.
PlayStation All Stars. PlayStation All Stars
The game
was
actually came
released
out
today for the beta. The beta
Oh,
came
the
out for
beta.
PlayStation Plus users today.
Oh, that's right.
Did you
Did you guys
play
not
that?
download it?
No.
No.
Heck yeah, I played it.
Holy cow. Yeah, you're right. You know what? I was going to talk about this. They just released new perks for PlayStation Plus members today, and that's definitely one of them, a beta for All-Stars Battle Royale.
Yeah.
Yes, and
That is awesome.
I've been looking forward to this game since I played it at E3, and it's just like one of those things where I was like, oh man, they're holding out so long. Because, for me, I go and play it at E3 and I'm like, oh shoot, this game looks all together. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, why not just give it to the people? But, they waited and polished and it's man, I was a huge fan of Smash Brothers. And so obviously I'm going to like this because it's with, all PlayStation people and it's super fun and, it's PS Plus users today, and so I was loving that. So and then everybody else gets it on October 23rd, but the beta closes on October 30th, I think. So the people that don't have PlayStation Plus only have like 7 days to play it, where I'm going to be playing it from today. I played it right before we got on here, and it was very fun.
Awesome.
Yeah,
That's great.
the game sounds great, and I haven't gotten a chance to sit down and play it. The only thing I'm concerned about is how is this game going to sell?
Great.
Oh, I think it'll be good.
I think it'll sell great. I think people are wanting it because Smash Brothers was a great game, and I don't think that PlayStation is trying to be like, we're not copying Smash Brothers. Like, it's an obvious copy of Smash Brothers almost. But that was a great game, and I think that theirs gets to be a little bit more colorful, and you get to fight as Mario and Yoshi and Princess and all these people, and now you get to be Cole and Sweet Tooth and Fat Princess and, Sly Cooper and Parappa the Rapper, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I think it's all these people that you've loved from PlayStation, Big Daddy, all these people that you've loved from PlayStation. And I think people are really excited about it. And I can't wait for the full version to come out.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I get it. I'm definitely going to try it out.
Well, and they also, for PlayStation Plus members today, they're offering Payday the Heist
Yeah.
as a free download.
Yep.
The Unfinished Swan, which was going to be discounted for $15. And then they're also doing some discounts. I'm kind of excited for this, for games. One of them being Dead Space 2, which I love that. I've watched gameplay of that game all the time. It scares the bejesus out of me, but it's great. And I definitely want to download that one. And
Wait, you said that one's on discount?
yeah, discount for Dead Rising 2, Dead Space 2, Infamous, Festival of Blood, and Resident Evil Raccoon City.
Gotcha.
All your favorite series.
No. You saw my post.
Oh, yes, I did. We all listened to it last week, too, so it was great.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm just going to log into one of those like streaming services and just watch somebody play it.
Yeah, go for it.
It'll be like a movie.
Exactly. Kind of. With somebody running against a wall the whole time. That's like what the first one was infamous for, was like people running down a wall. Like, why like your nose grinding against the wall? Not big into it.
What's that?
Not big into the PlayStation All-Stars thing. 'Cause it's got a huge cast.
Oh no, I'm definitely gonna check it out. I just it's gonna be one of those games that's probably gonna be kind of a sleeper hit, I think.
Yeah.
Because I think when people, I don't know if there's as many PlayStation fans as there are like say Nintendo fans.
Right.
For instance, like for a fighting game. But I think it's gonna be one of those games that when people play it and feel the game, they're like, there could be any characters in this and it'll still be fun.
Yeah, exactly.
That's at
true.
least what I've heard from everybody, is that it's mechanically it's a better game than say Smash Brothers.
Right.
But it doesn't have Nintendo characters, and that's kind
Exactly.
of why everybody's kind of like meh.
Yeah, I feel you. Router, you got something else for us?
Well, I was going to say for All-Stars, I may shelve it for a little bit just because there's so many other games coming out that I want to.
That is true
Same.
as well. That's true.
It's definitely something I will probably get later on, probably discount at a discount, but because I didn't play Smash Brothers or anything like that before,
so good, so good.
No, I need to get caught up.
Wait, you didn't play Smash Brothers?
No,
Dude, you need to buy like a Nintendo 64 and get the original.
yeah,
So
I probably
good.
Play
should.
that. Yeah, it's
so
really good.
Or I can let you borrow the Wii one. I mean,
Oh, okay.
they're both just so good.
But wait a second, you'll have to hook up your Wii.
Yeah, I don't have my Wii anymore.
Well, there you go.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
Yes.
The lightning took it.
Yes, Sweet Lightning took my Wii, but yeah, it's definitely something I'll look at down the road. But I'm just, there's just so many other great things. Interesting. I was looking at some pre-order sales happening right now, and for this week, the number one pre-ordered game, I thought for sure it was going to be Assassin's Creed 3, Call of Duty Black Ops 2.
Oh,
Dude,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
I knew that, and I was reading that. I probably read that same story that you did. When I saw that, I wasn't shocked, but I was just kind of like, why?
Yeah, but here's the thing, like, it's all right, so it comes out November 13th, right? But so the number one game, it's the Xbox 360 version, and they've already pre-ordered $1.01 million. I mean, that's insane for Xbox 360, Call of Duty Black Ops 2, over $1 million. The PS3 version is number 3 at 578,000.
I'm telling you, man, those games are freaking good. I mean, the Black Ops, broke all kind of records too. It seems like every time a Call of Duty comes out, it breaks some kind of record.
Pretty
Yeah.
much.
So it's not surprising to me at all that it. I hate to, put you guys' precious Assassin's Creed second to something, but Black Ops is ridiculous.
That game is all you anyway. I mean, every time a Call of Duty or Modern Warfare, any of those, you are always
there.
you're all about that. And I know you would probably crush me anytime if we were ever on multiplayer. You'd be like, "Oh, there's Tim, and there he goes. He's dead."
But I love those games for the story too. Like, multiplayer has always been a second thing for me. I never get those games and rush onto the multiplayer because I'm gonna get slaughtered because I'm not like one of those guys that killer at it. Like I'm okay at the multiplayer and it's fun, but I really do enjoy the campaigns of those games, and the graphics and the situations that you're in are nuts.
I mean, I couldn't get over.
I agree.
I couldn't get over just the graphics because I got Modern Warfare 3 shortly after I got my PS3. Oh, by the way, that was another 1 year anniversary on my wedding anniversary, the same 1 year anniversary as owning a PS3. So that was
There you go.
another good thing for the week.
She's keeping it going.
Yeah, that's right. But I was floored at how great those graphics looked for Modern Warfare 3. I was like, wow, this is great. And I didn't know a lot of this story, but I got caught up pretty quickly. And I'm like, it's a great story. I think it's a good story, as well as, if you want to jump on multiplayer, go for it. But I'm the same way, man. I haven't done a whole lot of multiplayer of anything. I like going through the actual story, the campaigns first,
and they throw you into the fire on them jokers, boy.
Heck
You don't have to
man.
worry about getting massaged into that one.
No. It's like, here's a gun, go.
Shoot somebody.
Yeah. I mean, I can't tell
Oh
you how
wait,
many
no,
times.
you got to do your training first. What is that? Boot camp?
Yeah.
That lasts
Yeah,
like
but that's
5
not
minutes.
on all of them.
No,
Yeah,
there's
that's not on all
there
of
is
them.
no boot camp for this. It's like, here's a gun, hide behind this for a little bit until you get the controls going,
yeah.
and then start shooting.
Wait a second. Yeah, you're
Exactly.
right. Yeah, Black Ops I think was my favorite story. Just as a heads up, so Black Ops 2, I will be getting that.
Yep. So interesting. So the pre-order. So Call of Duty is 1 and 3. Halo 4 is number 2 with 879,000.
Which is kind of sad, a little bit sad, but I
because
understand.
it's such a huge franchise, and you'd think that. Well, I mean, and that comes out earlier than Call of Duty. That comes out November 6th. Call of Duty is November 13th.
That's kind of crazy that Halo hasn't outsold Call of Duty in pre-sales.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's Microsoft, Xbox's like baby. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
the bread and butter.
Yeah, exactly. I'm surprised to hear that.
But I think aren't they doing an exclusive bundle for Call of Duty if you purchase an Xbox right now? That might be the reason why these numbers. I mean, they're only 250,000 off from Call of Duty. But
Yeah, that's all.
that's it. But no, I'm saying like if maybe they've done a promotion where they're bundling something with Call of Duty, and maybe that's what's spiking it up. But anyway,
I have no idea.
4 and 5 are Assassin's Creed 3. So, and the Xbox 360 is doing better than the PS3 pre-order. So I thought that was interesting. I was expecting, I was expecting Assassin's Creed to kind of take over, but man, I was kind of shocked.
It's the online play, man. I'm telling you. It's
Yeah,
the online
exactly.
play
Yeah.
every time. Hall, you got something else for us?
I was gonna say, did you guys know that Sega CD came out 20 years ago?
Don't even say that.
It might have been 20 years ago today. I don't know. I was reading a story about it, and I was just like, God.
Freaking Sewer Shark was my junk. I loved that game.
Yeah, I mean, I just remember playing games on there, like, for instance, they made like an NBA Jam for it or something, and being like, this doesn't look any different than the Genesis version, and it has load times. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it was a CD, Jack. That's the problem with Sega. They were always a little step ahead, but they just didn't know how to, do it.
I remember playing like Night Trap, and then what was the other one?
Oh, Night Trap.
You remember
Oh my
that?
gosh. I love it. And I rebought that game probably 7 years ago and had it on my computer. Oh my gosh. There was another one that was just like it.
I know. I'm trying to remember, and
That was another like set and armed traps.
it might have
while
been
people
like
were walking through different.
Double Trap or something weird like that.
It was double switch.
Double Switch. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, I just
Oh,
remember those
gosh.
2 games, and I remember playing them and thinking like, oh, this is, full motion video. This is the future
Yeah,
of games.
live action, Jack. Live action.
We were so wrong.
You know what's sad is that I'm older than both of you jokers, and I don't know what the heck you're talking
Oh,
about.
man.
I'm so behind.
It's all good.
You got to understand, when live action started hitting home, we thought that was the next. I feel like people were like, yo, this is the next big thing. We freaking got. There was another one that was like War something with Homeboy from Star Wars on it. And I mean, it was just.
Yeah.
It was all next
Wing
level.
Commander.
We were like, yes, and then we didn't really realize, oh, these actors can't do anything else but what they already acted out. So there was only so many options you could have, which kind of sucked.
Yeah, I mean, it was like, merging movies and video games for the first time, I think.
Right.
I mean, except that computers were kind of already doing that when the CD-ROM drives came out. But the Sega CD, man, it was like right on the heels of CD-ROM drives hitting market. You know what I mean?
Right on the heels. And you just put it under your Genesis and it just all connected. I was so impressed when that came out.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of crazy to think Sega being so ahead of their time, but only by a couple years. So things only lived a couple of years. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it always got a little jacked up for them, man. They were like almost too good for their own good.
Yep.
That's me personally. That's crazy. 20 years ago.
Yeah,
Golly.
I know. That's nuts.
Speaking of old school, you guys remember Toe Jam and Earl?
Yeah, of course.
It's coming to PSN and Xbox Live Arcade. That'll be that and Panic on Funkatron. Yeah, they're both coming. I thought this was interesting. It's $5 for each game on PSN, but then on Xbox it's 800 points for both. I was like, man, that seems like the better deal. Because how do points work out? Is that like $1 for every 100 points?
No, it's kind of jacked up. I think it's $1.20 for every 100 points or something like that. So it's the same price.
Oh, that's jacked up.
It's like converting euros or something, man. It's weird.
They do it because of perception. It's like 1,600 points is $20. So you don't really, if something's 100 points, you think, oh, $1, but it's really not $1.
Well, that's how the Wii did it. It was like for every 100 Wii points.
I know.
Yeah.
They just need
That's
to
what
switch
makes
over
sense.
to that real money system.
Let me ask you this, and this I guess will go more to Hall because Router didn't play games back in the day. But
Because I don't know what the heck you're talking about.
But I was thinking about this. I was like, man, Toe Jam and Earl, Sega CD, the whole PS1 Classics thing, and the whole Xbox Live Arcade thing that they've done.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything that you would like? That you've been like, man, I really wish they would bring that back. Anything that like when you see these old games come out, you're like, you know what? This one needs to come out.
Toe Jam and Earl.
Your wishes by command, master.
Great segue.
No, I mean, realistically, I think that's the only thing I've been waiting on because they've released so many games already and they've had those collections and all that stuff. I don't think there's anything I'm waiting on. I'm trying to think. Tony Hawk, I was waiting on that and they just released that.
Exactly. They did that one. Yeah, they did that. I was waiting on Shenmue. They've talked about having remade it already in HD, just waiting for it seems like they're just waiting on it. And I was like, man, go ahead and release that junk. It's not like people are going to be like, ooh, Shenmue like a year from now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The further down the line you get, I'm like, go ahead and put that joker out. And of course, for me, Final Fantasy VII HD would be amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it's with a game like that, since it's the PSX style graphics, they pretty much have to go through and just remake the whole game.
I know. I'm trying to tell myself that's not what has to happen.
That's the thing, though, is that they should just do it because they'd make enough money. They could put that out as a $60 retail title and it'll sell.
I'd buy it.
Yeah, they don't even have to worry about it. Like, I mean, I'd buy it just to go through the game again with, achievements and then have the, have the HD graphics just to kind of see it in a different way, like the way that maybe the art director originally intended it to look.
Yeah. And
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course. And this kind of, it bummed me out a little bit because I was like, man, they should bring this game or they should bring that game. They should redo this one. And then I read a story about FIFA 13. And Hall and Router, you might know where I'm going with this. The Vita and the Wii versions of FIFA 13, people are calling out. They're saying that's just reskinned FIFA 12.
Oh.
And people are upset about it. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, the menu and everything is the exact same.
They just upgraded
from last year.
They just upgraded the players, probably.
No, not even upgraded.
No?
Just changed the jerseys. You guys have got to see the pictures. It's crazy.
Wow.
It's the same game on Wii and Vita. And it was funny because we were just talking about this last week, like why Vita's not doing good. And we're like, why would you do this? They freaking released it on PS2 for goodness sakes. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I didn't know that.
So it's the same thing, and it's really frustrating some people because people love those games.
I mean, it's still killing it right now, though. I mean, the sales are through the roof.
And Gabe, now you know why they did that.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Because they're
Little
still
cheap,
killing it.
easy way to get out. I know, but I'm like, man, the Vita's struggling. The Wii's still, the Wii U's not out yet. Don't give up on these jokers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I got some good news for you. The DS is still alive and kicking because the top-selling game this week was Pokemon Black and White version.
Is that for original DS or is that 3DS?
It just right now it just says DS. I'm assuming it would also be 3DS.
I'm assuming too.
But it's. I mean,
it works on both DS and 3DS if it's a DS game.
So you just rest peacefully tonight, knowing that Pokemon and DS are killing it right now.
Well, I'll see
But no,
Pikachu
I mean,
in my dreams.
They did like 886,000, and then followed by the number 2 selling game was Dishonored for Xbox 360, and then number 3 was Dishonored for PS3, NBA 2K13 for Xbox 360 number 4, and Hall, your favorite game in the world, Resident Evil 6.
No way.
Came in at number 5 for Xbox 360.
I told you it was going to sell.
I know. Total for the past 2 weeks, 588,000 gross.
Yeah. I mean, I knew it would sell. I mean, they put a lot of money into the presentation, but I don't feel like playing it. It doesn't feel tight.
Well, and what kind of stinks is that the debut release of XCOM, they were number 7 with only 67,000 for Xbox 360, and then for the PC version was number 10.
I will be buying that game, by the way.
That game looks so much cooler than Resident Evil.
I just
Resident
like
Evil
those
looks
strategy
beautiful.
games. So
Yeah, but Resident Evil's a franchise. They have all the history.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Hey, Hall, what do you think about that old Halo 4 getting leaked? What's that about?
I heard about that. I heard that the people that are playing it are getting banned. I just am kind of wondering why you'd even want to play it like early. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just wait until everybody else gets it so you're all playing it at the same time and talking about it and playing multiplayer. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, why play it early?
I don't know. You know, it's funny. I was talking to a friend this last week and we were actually talking about television. And she was saying how she always tries to see the sneak peeks for the show that's coming up. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, why ruin it for yourself? You know what I'm saying? And I feel like this is what people are doing with Halo. It's like, who are you going to play online against, number one? And then number two, like, okay, you got the story before everybody? Like, that is it that dope that you need a week? You can't wait a week? You know what I'm saying? Or 2 weeks now when it got leaked? And they got it up on torrent sites and everything. I'm like, golly, come on, y'all.
It's all about content and how quickly you can get your content so you can be the messenger to everybody. I mean, think about it. Like, I watched a couple... the new fall TV series, they already had sneak previews on demand, and Lauren and I watched a few of them. But it's a little bit different because you want to gauge what these look like and whether or not it would be
exactly,
you'd be interested
and that's brand new.
But exactly, that's brand new. So if I'm a Halo freak, I would probably want to wait anyway, because that way all my friends will be playing it. We can compare notes and we can go back and, if we miss something, we can go back and do that. So, I mean, I'm with you, but it's all about content and who can be the first messenger or gatekeeper to kind of filter all the content.
Yeah, I got you.
I don't understand that. I never will. I mean, I'm kind of like because that's the thing is the only value you would have right now in the game would be single player. And it's like, for me, I'm one of those guys where if it's a single player campaign, like if it's a single player only game, I can wait on it a little bit because it's like, it's a story that I'd like to experience.
Right.
But I don't necessarily need to experience that collectively. It's not a multiplayer game.
Yeah.
So like, for instance, Mass Effect 3, I waited until I got it for $10 a couple weeks ago because I was like, well, I don't really have that much time to get to it. I mean, it does have multiplayer, but still, it's like...
It's about the story, though.
It's a story-based game, yeah. Besides the fact that it's going to take me like 2 months to play it anyway.
I mean, and everything has multiplayer now anyway. It's just your preference whether or not you want to connect with people or not.
Yeah, kind of tacked on.
Yeah, and I mean, some games you don't want to play multiplayer. I mean, I'm sure the Mass Effect 3 multiplayer is great, but I only play maybe 2 or 3 games multiplayer because that's really all I have time for.
Yeah, sure. You can leave it up to the really, really good ones.
Exactly.
But yeah, I'm with you, Gabe. It's one of those things where if I got Assassin's Creed 3 right now, I may or may not play it. I probably wouldn't because I'd want to like share everything with everybody, but at the same time I'm thinking,
yeah, you'd want to know what people think about it.
Right, but at the same time I'm thinking, well, I have this before a whole lot of people, how can I capitalize on this? And that might be what it could be too.
Yeah. I feel you.
But it's interesting.
You got something, Hall?
Well, the people who are playing are getting perma-banned. Did you hear about that?
Really?
People who are playing Halo 4? Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know. I think it's just their accounts that are getting banned, which is kind of funny. It's like,
They should do something.
well, I mean, why would you even want to risk doing that kind of stuff? Man, you're just...
Because you
you're
don't think
stupid.
that's going to happen?
Yeah,
Probably. It's probably
You know what
just
I mean?
a bunch of like 12-year-old kids doing it anyway.
probably.
Exactly.
But I'm sure they would capture their IP address and they'd be able to block them any which way. However, I'm sure they're smart enough to figure out a different account and get a dynamic IP and go from there. But I don't know. Perma banning may not solve the issue.
No, they're perma.
Right.
I think they're perma banning the actual Xbox Live account. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, you're not getting back on because they have a history of perma banning consoles, I believe.
Oh, wow.
So like they can ban your entire console. You can't use any gamer tags on it, as far as I know.
That would be amazing.
Big brother watching.
Yeah, I can't say I've had that happen. I mean, for all intents and purposes, I don't even think I would have time to do the stuff that would get me banned.
Yeah.
So
I know that's
Ex-
right. To
Yeah.
figure it out even would be way too crazy.
Yeah.
one more thing I had, I was reading an article from an analyst talking about the PS3 and kind of what it needs to do this holiday season.
Yeah.
The Xbox is kind of with their lower end console, the $199 one. I think they're going to be cutting it down to either $149 or they're going to be doing sales with like a $50 gift card here real soon.
Oh, there you go.
I swear, if they would have just brought out this new PS3 at $199,
Yes, sir.
they wouldn't even be talking about this stuff.
Wii's going down to 129.
Jeez.
I just saw that today too. Wii's going down to 129. Something's got to happen. I mean, the timing for the PS3 Ultra Slim they could have done something huge with it and get the Christmas bug in everybody's ears if they had dropped the price more.
Oh, yeah.
If they would have dropped it to $199, I would have bought a second one for the office. Straight up.
Yeah.
See?
But I don't understand what's going on.
Yeah, too busy suing people over commercials.
Well, that's how they pay for the suing.
Suing
They're
their
like
own
that
mascot.
extra $70, man. That's how we sue people.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Let me hit you guys with these two things real quick. I don't know if any of you guys watch Breaking Bad. You guys watch Breaking Bad? Either of you guys?
No,
That's the one I don't watch.
Man,
and I
it's actually a
should.
pretty good show. I'm not that far into it.
I'd
but
like to.
Aaron
but
Paul, like the kid from the show, he's going to be in a new Need for Speed movie. DreamWorks is doing it.
Sweet.
Is it going to be like a 3D rendered movie, or is it going to be a live action?
Live action. Do it to it. So
Nice.
it'll probably be a Redbox one for me.
You're not going to go see that at the theater, man? You can't even support the idea.
You're not going to support it in
Yeah.
the theater, but you're going to go Redbox that junk.
I'm gonna support it $1 at a time, not
There you
$20
go.
at a time.
Hey, all right. Whatever you got to do, man.
And then the other thing I thought was interesting, Ray Lewis, on the defense of the Ravens, he's out for the season.
Ugh.
Torn tricep. What's weird about this is he did a bunch of commercials for Madden 2013. Everybody knows the Madden curse. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. The curse became, yeah.
and-
Oh my
it's
God.
still
And this is
running.
his second time because he was on the cover already once. But this is his second
hilarious.
time around getting the Madden curse, and that's jacked up.
I could just see the other team is just always like, all right, that's the Madden guy. That's the guy we got to get.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got to keep our eye on Calvin Johnson from the Detroit Lions this year because he's on the cover.
He's done.
2013.
Oh,
But,
he'll
I mean-
break a leg, I'm sure, or something.
I mean, you got to understand, like 99, 2000, 01, 02, 03, 04, 06, 07, 09, 2012. I mean, those are all years where the person on the cover either hurt themselves or had a horrific season.
Right.
And so here you go, Ray Ray's on the commercial for the new one, and now he's out for the season this early in the year. I was like, no, Ray. And he's 37, is a torn tricep. So, I mean,
Wait. How do you get a torn tricep? That's what I want
tackling jokers real hard.
Yeah, I guess. But, I mean, he's
Have
been...
you seen him hit someone?
Oh, yeah, he's been doing it for years. But come on, man. A tricep? Seriously.
Dude.
I mean,
This sounds like the end of Old Yeller.
yeah, right?
They're going to be taking him out back behind the barn with a gun. Yeah, he's 37, man. I mean, that's about it.
I want him to come back. He's been in the league for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of people say NFL stands for not for long.
Yes.
And Ray Ray's been one of those guys that's been in for a long time. He's been an awesome competitor, so I hope he comes back.
Dude, those
But,
guys
man, you gotta
are
stop
nuts,
messing
man.
with Madden. You gotta stop messing with Madden.
Those guys
Yeah.
are nuts, man. If I was in football, I'd get in there for a couple seasons and get out. I'd be like, I got enough money. I think I'm good.
Yeah, but the problem is, right when you start getting that money, you start blowing
Yep.
it. So you're like, I gotta play for 10 more years.
By the way, I love Ray Ray's commercial with the girl interviewing him when he's at the press conference. I forget what it's for.
Oh yes, that's an awesome
So
with the
good.
little girl. Yeah,
Oh, it's
asking
so
him what his
good.
favorite color is and all that.
Yeah, he's like,
So
why
our
aren't
prayers are
guys
with you, Ray
asking these
Ray.
questions?
Our prayers are with you, Ray Ray. Golly.
Hope your tricep feels better. That sounds weird just saying. Just
know.
sounds weird saying it.
Tricep. Anyway, man, we need to get up out of here because I think Hall's got to go.
Yep.
Man, well, thank you guys. I'm glad we got to do this, even if it felt real quick tonight. But I'm glad we got to get together and chop it up for a minute.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Timothy Hall, Tim Router. I'm Gabe Patillo. We're Married to the Games. Check us out on Stitcher. Check us out on iTunes. Subscribe to us. Rate us. Holler at us. marriedtothegames.com. Mailbag at marriedtothegames.com. Drop us an email. Let us know what you guys think. We've gotten a couple comments, and we really appreciate you guys that are listening. So keep listening. Keep listening. We're going to keep giving it to you. We Married to the Games, y'all, and we up out this. Peace.